Welcome back to another video. This will be regarding CATIA, so follow-up for my previous video regarding multi-section surface. As you can see over here, we have section 1, section 2 and section 3 over here, and we have the following guidelines. Now we're going to take a look over here at the relimitation. By default, both of these will be checked, but in this case, let me just hide that surface for now, and also the output of that thick surface, and let's redo that. So if I will go to multi-section, from the first profile to the second one, we're going to see the direction of those arrows. If I will hit preview, this will be the output. Now, since the bottom splines are not added as guiding curves, this will be the output. If I will go over here and add those as the guides, so not over here, I will remove that. I will go to guides, add the first guide, the one on the left, the one on the right. I'm going to hit preview, and I will see that this surface will extend all the way to that spline. But also, if I will go within relimitation, I have the possibility to uncheck relimit on start. In this case, nothing else will happen, but if I will also uncheck relimit on end, we're going to see that this will extend all the way to the end. But since this spline hasn't been added as a section, the profile will not do the transition from this profile, which is section 2, to this one. But I can always add it. I can go back over here, like within section, I can click add, and I can add that as well. And within the preview, we're going to have that final transition added as well. Now, if you are curious how you can add this kind of splines over here, we see over here there are tangency added within that direction and this one. I will create a new one over here. So you can find the spline within generative field design. You can also see the output command for this. See 2 points and afterwards will be spline. So we have that present over there. Okay, so I just want to check that I have the screen capture cursor on, and it is on. So let's go ahead and create that. I want to create a spline that will start from this point. We need to define the tangency direction. In this case will be that plane. We see that arrow appearing. The second point will be that one. And you're going to see how that spline will be tangent to that point. And we're going to select the last point and also add tangency over here. And again, we have that tangency direction. I will hit OK, and I will recreate a second one. So that point with tangency onto that plane. It will pass through the second point to the last one and also add tangency over here. And we have those splines defined. Now the same principle will apply if I will go with multi-section, starting from this. Since this will be the second one, I can also add a support to the previous multi-section like this, and that will make this surface tangent to the previous one. Afterwards, select the second profile. It is important over here to check the arrows that will be within the same direction. If I'm going to hit preview, this will generate. But if for some reason when you created the spline, it will be twisted, so something like this. This will be the extrusion will lead to a cusp, and all you have to do is to flip those arrows to match the same direction. And we have the last one, which will be this one, and we have that transition. In this case, we're going to see that within that last transition, we have some errors. I'm also going to add the guide curves, that one and that one. Hit preview. And as you can see, in some cases, there are still some problems. If I'm going to click OK, this will be the output. I now have the possibility to try to add thickness to this. So with 1 millimeter it will work, so this shouldn't be any problem. But we see the normal direction over here, that could also be adjusted. But since we can apply thicken, that means that the surface will be workable, so we can use it. I will also join both of those two elements, and I will now add thicken to both of those. And this will be the output. I can either choose to go outwards, we see the arrow over here, or I can go inwards. Inwards in some areas, depending on the radius, it may lead to some problems. But as we can see over here, in this case with 1 millimeter, we have a lot of clearance over here. But if I will go with something like 3 in this case, we're gonna encounter the following problem. So this will no longer have that desired. If I will with a value even higher, like 4, add to, let's see, with 3.1, I think that maybe will work. Yeah. But usually outside, so well, not usually, but in this case, if I will go outwards, I'm gonna have a lot more clearance. So for example, with 2 millimeters, even though we'll have a lot of clearance on the outside, we see over here that we have the following profile over here that will lead to a problem with a value of 2. So I'm just gonna leave that to 1, and I'm gonna go and analyze that. So the main problem was this output surface. If I will change the shading, we see it over here. And if I will go within the following sketch, we're gonna see that we had a radius over here. This should have tangency, and it does have. Let's just try to increase this to 20. We see the profile has changed over here. Let's round that up to 10 as well. We see the update. I will re-enable the thicken surface. I will add a value of 2, and maybe we're still going to have that problem over here. So CATIA for this surface can't output 2 millimeters, but now we see that after that change, that is no longer a problem. But if I will increase the value, that will also be a problem. So we see over here that the current offset value will lead to a local degeneration of the surface that is indicated in red, and the surface cannot be offset. So we see over here that we can try to use the smoothing option or decrease the value. If I'm going to go with more, we have the smoothing over here. I will go with automatic, I will hit OK, and now it will work with a value of 3. If I'm going to go with 4, this will no longer work with that smoothing. And again, I need to go within those sketches that define the profile and further increase that radius. But maybe with a value of 3.5, it will work. And for most cases, depending on the, let's say, end design of this, a value like this should be more than fine. Okay, so this was a follow-up for multi-section where I discussed the relimitation. If you enjoy this kind of content, please consider to support me. You're going to find a link at the bottom at Buy Me a Coffee, and I will also position a similar video over here on the left side, and I will also add a subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.